In Etosha National Park in Namibia, there was a female elephant that had been receiving special attention from the staff for months. The reason was that this elephant, affectionately called Myra, was pregnant with an unusually large belly. Since noticing something unusual about Myra, the staff have been closely monitoring her every move. They installed a GPS device so that they could easily identify and search for Myra over a wide area. For several weeks, Myra seemed healthy, but her belly kept growing too much. At first, people thought that Myra might be carrying a larger-than-usual baby elephant. But with experience, experts always felt that something was different. Eventually, they decided to schedule more frequent checks on Myra, twice a day. Curiosity and concern mixed together made people spend a lot of time observing the future mother elephant. Everyone hoped that Myra would give birth safely, although no one knew exactly what was going to happen. A month before Myra's expected due date, Jonas, a longtime employee of the national park, was the one who proposed the placement of a GPS device. He believed that Myra's situation was risky and required constant monitoring. Jonas had lived and worked in Etosha for many years, and knew each elephant herd well. He still remembered the first time he saw Myra when she was still a baby, always following the herd. Then Myra grew up, becoming an important individual in the large elephant herd. All members of the national park loved Myra, because she was very gentle and ready to interact friendly. However, Myra's pregnancy brought a sense of insecurity, making everyone pay more attention. People began to set up day and night shifts, taking turns monitoring Myra's every move. They hoped that if there were any signs of danger, they would intervene in time to ensure the health of the mother elephant. During that time, Myra's belly continued to grow, looking like there was a whole mysterious story going on inside. As the expected date of birth approached, Myra became less mobile, often resting under the shade of large trees. The national park staff, including Jonas, paid closer attention. An observation post was set up right next to the area Myra frequented, fully equipped. As each day passed, everyone wondered what the situation would be like if something happened. Many times, they caught Myra groaning softly, as if she felt very heavy with her huge belly. Jonas even prepared a special medical kit for assisting in childbirth. "I will take care of and help Myra myself if she lets me," Jonas muttered with determination. The team trusted Jonas's experience and love for animals. The anxiety and excitement of everyone seemed to foretell a rare event was about to take place. But no one expected that what awaited them would be far beyond their initial predictions. One morning, a report from the patrol team said that Myra had barely left an empty patch of grass for 2 hours. Jonas immediately called a few more colleagues and prepared his equipment, deciding to head to Myra. A sense of tension spread as they drove across the open grassland, approaching the female elephant. From a distance, they noticed a male elephant standing not far from Myra, looking worried. That must be Myra's mate, Jonas thought, and he told himself to be gentle. When they arrived, they found Myra lying on her side, her belly distended and breathing heavily. The mother elephant's face was full of fatigue and pain. Jonas approached, slowly, speaking softly to reassure Myra. Miraculously, Myra seemed to recognize him, and she did not appear aggressive or defensive. The female elephant flicked her ears, as if giving Jonas permission to approach. Sensing something was wrong, Jonas decided to quickly inject Myra with a labor-inducing drug. He considered this carefully, knowing that any medical intervention on an elephant required precision and urgency. When the injection was finished, Myra moaned louder, indicating that the pain was increasing. Jonas felt his heart beat faster, and he gently held Myra's thick skin as if to reassure her. About 30 minutes later, Myra's contractions became stronger, and a baby elephant slowly emerged. It was a magical moment that Jonas and his colleagues would never forget. Joy exploded when they saw the baby elephant moving, breathing, and snuggling close to its mother. Jonas guided the baby elephant closer to its mother, hoping that Myra could nurse soon. However, Myra still lay there groaning with a pained expression, making everyone worried. Jonas had a feeling that there was still something strange in Myra's belly, urging him to check immediately. He gently placed his hand on Myra's belly, feeling the contractions that had not stopped. In a moment, Jonas realized that Myra was probably pregnant with twins, something that was almost unheard of in African elephants. His heart pounded, both scared and excited, because twins in elephants were truly an extremely rare event. Jonas immediately calmed down, patting Myra's body to encourage her. Myra continued to moan, her tail lashing the ground as if to dispel the terrible pain. About 15 minutes later, the contractions reached their peak, and the second calf finally emerged. It was a historic moment for the Etosha team, as they had never witnessed a mother giving birth to twins before. Both calves stirred, flexed their legs, and made their first weak sounds. Myra was exhausted, but seemed somewhat relieved after the second calf was born. Jonas and his colleagues were overjoyed, as if they had just been given a miracle. The sky was filled with weak morning sunlight, but everyone was filled with joy. Jonas carefully checked the two calves, dried them, and kept them warm. Fortunately, both were healthy, breathing normally, and showing no signs of abnormality. Myra was still lying on her side, but her breathing was more stable, her eyes were less heavy than before. She tried to lift her trunk, gently touching the two newborns as a way to let them know that their mother was here. Only then did the male elephant standing nearby dare to approach, observing everything with caution. Jonas retreated to a safe distance, giving the elephant family space to take care of each other. Seemingly understanding the invaluable help, the male elephant gently raised his trunk as an expression of gratitude. The surrounding herd, previously hidden behind the bushes, now also began to appear, moving closer. In that moment, all members of the herd seemed to share this rare and meaningful happiness. Myra gradually regained her strength, trying to inch her way up to stand on all fours. With the patience and help of the male elephant, Myra finally stood firmly. The two baby elephants fumbled and staggered under their mother's giant feet, making everyone who saw them feel affection. Jonas could not take his eyes off the touching scene, his heart filled with pride for having contributed to the miracle. This experienced man had rescued many different animals, but the birth of elephant twins was a first. He leaned over, placing his hand over his heart, as if in gratitude to fate for allowing him to witness such a wonderful thing. Myra gently waved her trunk, gently patting the two cubs on the back, as if to reassure and affirm her protection. The male elephant also began to move closer, placing his trunk around Myra, creating the image of a warm elephant family. A gentle wind blew through the grassland, carrying the sweet scent of the African wilderness. Everything seemed to be tinged with happiness, making this moment more memorable than anything. When Myra was well enough, Jonas decided to step back and return to the surveillance vehicle. He wanted to give the elephant family some space, while preparing to announce the good news to the entire national park. Sitting in the car, Jonas still couldn't take his eyes off Myra and the two miraculous baby elephants. He sent a message over the walkie-talkie, his voice filled with emotion, announcing this unprecedented twin birth event. On the other side, his colleagues cheered happily, because everyone was worried that Myra might be in danger, but in the end everything was fine. The elephant family was now gathered together. They raised their heads to look at Jonas as if giving him a silent thank you. Jonas smiled back, his heart fluttering as if he had just received a priceless gift. Then, he started the car, slowly left the grass field, leaving the peaceful scene to the elephants. In his heart, this memory would forever be a beautiful highlight, a testament to the love and constant efforts of humans for nature. And in the distance, Myra and her two tiny baby elephants were still taking their first steps on the vast grassland, promising a future full of hope and wonder. Dear friend, thank you for taking the time to follow the story. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to support us.